Hi everyone, welcome to another episode. It's wintertime, so we're going around our winter sports department at Salomon to find out all the cool projects that people are working on. Stick around, it's gonna be super, super cool, I promise. Since we last checked in with our winter sports teams, they made some huge strides in the area of sustainability. In fact, Salomon has made a huge climate commitment this year, becoming the first leading snow sports brand ever to have a fully approved climate science-based target. This means Salomon must reduce the environmental impact of all of its products, especially the materials, and that's the biggest area of impact for the brand. This year, Salomon even has a ski touring range that uses up to 40% recycled materials. And we're not talking just a few skis here and there, but a whole range in shops right now. But let's start in snowboard, where the cool kids hang out. Speaking of cool kids, this is Paul.
Hey Tim.
How are you?
Good.
What's this? What do we got here?
So this is the High Path new board for the season, all mountain board, high performance, but also super sustainable, or like the flagship for how making like products that are more respectful towards the environment.
Yep.
In that board, everything we could make greener, we made it.
Okay.
Starting with the base, you see different base, that's 50% recycled material, edges, 20% recycled steel, inside green epoxy resin, so bio-sourced resin, and a wood veneer on the top instead of using plastics. Small incremental improvements, but everything we could to make the board greener, we did it.
Okay, and if you're riding this, you might be using this boot, correct?
Exactly. So this is the Eco Boot, following the exact same mindset as the board. All mountain, high performance, but sustainable boot. Here the objective was that 20% of the total weight of the boot should be made from recycled or bio-sourced material.
Okay.
And we achieved that, focusing mainly on the midsole, the outsole, the insulation in the boot, and the insole.
So materials.
Exactly. Just making sure that everything we can change, we make it better.
Okay, cheers man. Thanks for the lowdown.
Pleasure.
We're gonna find out who's making all that noise behind us. Next, we're talking to Erwin in Apparel, who's doing something to this mannequin.
You're working here, man.
Oh, sorry, I wasn't sure if that was appropriate. All right, you're a PLM in Apparel. I know your job gets more challenging the more you try to make stuff that has less of an impact, I guess, right?
Yeah, we're really challenged on making more responsible products, but there are plenty of ways of making responsible products. You know, we're working on the materials we're using, whether they are bio-sourced, whether they are recycled, where are they made. We're working with our suppliers, fabric suppliers, garment makers. We work like on the pattern efficiency. So we're not actually the only ones to be able to make responsible products.
A lot of
There's
partners
a
and
whole
stuff.
chain of people and companies working on it. But for sure, the key probably to that is materials, people, and also making sure we have long-lasting products. Durable products is really key when you want to lower the impact of your products.
So you want to show us some stuff from the current winter season?
We have Elia here, and Elia is wearing the Untracked outfit. This is a pretty good example of what you can see now in store on our website of all the stuff that we can do to make a product more responsible. The shell fabric, so that red fabric that you can see here, is 100% recycled. The inside, the padding, so what keeps you warm, is also 100% recycled. And we've also removed PFCs from the water repellent treatment of that jacket.
Looking sharp.
Olivia is wearing our S-Max outfit. We've managed to remove PFCs from that jacket, so less impact on the environment with the treatment. And here we have a cozy, warm, lofty insulation that's also 100% recycled. The pants as well, Primaloft Black Eco, which makes it 100% recycled insulation. Here is Roma. So Roma is wearing the Gravity outfit, and here we work with Gore-Tex. It's probably one of the best technologies available on the market when it comes to waterproof breathables. And here what we're doing is we're using 100% recycled face fabric. Plus Gore-Tex is super durable, so another good way to make sure Roma can keep his outfit for a really, really long time.
Okay, you know, I used to be a model.
It was a really long time ago.
Next category is protective, and we're talking to Awena, and she's working on helmets. How are you?
Good, and you?
I'm good. What do you have for us now, like current winter season? The head's important. What are we working on in this category when it comes to sustainable improvements, that sort of thing? I know it's part of the job, right?
Yeah, first, all of our helmets, except for kids rental and SMU, carry recycled fabrics made out of PET. post-consumption plastic bottles.
Okay.
And then on the prime versions, on the driver and the Husk model, you also have this merino liner, so this natural material.
Super soft.
Yeah, very warm and comfortable.
Okay, but MTN, we sell a fair bit of these. Ski touring helmet.
Yeah.
What do we got on this?
This one is the most advanced models in terms of eco-responsibility in the current range because it is made of 50% of recycled material.
Okay.
So you have this 100% recycled EPS.
Yep.
Then the outer liner and the straps are also made of 100% recycled fabrics.
Okay.
And it also features the merino liner.
Okay, all the bells and whistles. Final thing is we should say when it comes to helmets, no sacrifice on the safety standards, even though you're working these materials into the process.
Yeah, of course not. All our helmets are compliant to very strict
Super high standards.
safety standards. Yeah.
Okay, cool. I gotta go find Polo. I think he wears a kid's helmet, but do you know where he sits?
Maybe you can try it that way.
Okay, he's hard to find. This guy is very small. All right, next up is Alpine ski boots, and we're talking to Polo. Get down from there, will you?
Come on.
Oh, you just need help?
Please.
All right. MTN Summit ski touring range for boots.
Yeah.
What can you tell us?
Complete new range, okay? Light touring. We're gonna have like 5 different models.
Okay, you guys have been tasked with making these products with a smaller footprint, let's say. Not an easy job in winter sports. I can see the look on your face. What are the sort of sustainable elements you incorporated into this boot with the improvements in that
So
area?
we have many different things. The thing that was very hard at the beginning was to say, okay, our DNA is having the best performance and as well the best instant fit. So adding a sustainable aspect into this was also a lot of work.
Not losing comfort and performance.
Exactly.
Okay, got it.
So when we start with the rubber sole, it's going to be 30% of recycled materials. On the shell, it's made of a biosourced polyamide, between 40 to 60% of the shell. Same for the cuff and the liner. We do have PVC-free on the strap, and 93% of the liner is made of recycled polyamide.
Okay, and that's throughout the Summit,
Exactly.
MTN Summit
Yeah,
range.
yeah.
Now we have an Index 01 recyclable running shoe sitting here randomly. First recyclable running shoe we've made. Why is this here? Where does that come into play
So
with
I'm
this range?
pretty happy and proud to say that these running shoes will be part of our MTN Pure product. The cuff, we're gonna use those plastic, regrind it with our own waste, and at the end, we're gonna be able to inject the cuff of those two models.
And the same is true for the Index 02. This is the evolution of the Index 01, which is available in spring, summer 23, so it's coming soon to stores, or it's already there if you're watching this too late, right? Looks a lot better.
Yeah.
Good roundup. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye. Really need to find another athlete to talk boots here. And look at this. It's Greg Hill. He's staring at the boot wall for whatever reason.
As you do. How's it going, Tim?
Good, man. Looking for a little athlete validation. You're a guy who cares about sustainable things in the
Absolutely.
world.
Yeah.
Does it still work?
Well, yeah, let's just quickly talk about the sole. I mean, what's great is that you would never have any idea that it's any different. It works super well, it grips super well, it's a sole. But yeah, what's cool is that it's recycled, and that kind of makes you know that we're putting some attention to it and trying to make the boot better.
Yep.
And then in terms of an actual backcountry ski boot, the thing's amazing. I mean, it walks really well. Can't remember the exact weight, 1.1 kilo, 1.2, somewhere around there, like nice and light. Yeah, just super simple. Kind of one buckle that you do up for the down and undo for walking.
Right.
Really good range of motion when it's in walk mode. Yeah, it's just a fantastic boot. The way I kind of validated this is last year I skied a couple of steeper descents with it, but my biggest day last year is I did 15 summits on this traverse that I've been trying for years.
Totally normal, 15 summits.
Yeah, the boot was comfortable the whole day, walked really well. There was lots of vertical on it. It was like 7,000 meters, I think. Yeah, it's an awesome touring boot that will walk really well, and you'll be able to ski anything you want with it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Can I keep staring at these boots and looking at the DNA of Salomon, or what?
I will leave you to staring at the wall, because it's totally normal for someone to do if you're Greg Hill, I guess. All right, the next stop on our tour is the ski department. We're in the ski workshop, and if you want to talk about skis at Salomon, you got to talk to this guy. Quentin, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
So this is the MTN ski touring range. I understand this is like sort of the laboratory for sustainability work with skis.
It's a very tough process, honestly, to make it sustainable. We try to make ourselves better with that lineup, and so to build some skis with the first step in terms of sustainability. Regarding the full LCA, regarding the products itself, we definitely believe that we needed to work on the material first. This is the MTN 96 carbon, but all of the lineup is made in the same way in terms of sustainability. So what we have done first is work on all the waste of the production. As an example, that base is made with 100% of recycling material, which are just the waste of the base in production. We take everything, we regrind everything, and we are able to build some brand new bases that we can implement into all of our skis. So 30% of all the materials of this top sheet are coming from the scraps and so the waste of the production.
Okay.
We regrind all the waste, we bring some new materials also, and we bring that new top sheet made of 30% of waste and recycling materials. There is a specific element that we use on all the QST tips and now on all the MTN. Is a little piece of cork, which is a biosourced material produced in Europe that we use into all of our tips for the dampening effect. So thanks to that, you have a very stable ski even at very high speed, so which is mandatory for a standard and a strong touring ski. We have lost some weight on the ski itself thanks to the brand new construction, so which is great for uphill in the mountain. And in terms of durability, we really went a step ahead. So using these materials, a stronger top sheet, and also working on some chamfers, as you can see on the side, chamfers in the tail, in order to don't see all of the scratches and to don't get a lot of scratches and chipping issues that we could have on a standard ski. So definitely the goal was to make durability a strong element for sustainability. We are transparent in terms of design, with a very high visibility on all the materials of the ski, as you can see under the platform. We show what we put into our skis. I guess that's the best way to explain what there is inside.
Out in shops now, too, in the stores for this winter.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks, man. Appreciate all the info. Well done again. Nice job on the presentation. Now we're going to talk to somebody and see if this thing really performs. No offense. Who can I get to talk about the ski?
Hey, Tim. What are you doing?
Oh, it's Emma from the Salomon freeski team. How are you? Oh, you're holding the ski you were just talking about. This is strangely ironic. You're like an endurance skier almost. You've used this ski last year?
Yeah, I've used the ski for a lot of big adventures. A lot of times I like to combine my free ride skiing with big endurance days. And normally on a very light ski like this, we do big long traverses, 100 kilometers, 50 miles. And we always look up at the peaks on the sides and kind of don't even consider skiing them. But with these skis, I can ski every peak we see along the traverse.
There's cork in the tip now. It's damper ski. Do you find that's the case?
Absolutely, yep. When it's chattery conditions, I can still pressure my ski. And if it starts to chatter, this damplifier stops that. Yeah.
Well, glad we ran into you.
Yeah.
Can I have my ski back? We're back in the ski workshop here at Salomon, and we're going to give you a sneak peek at what the future of ski design is looking like. And in fact, I guess the future's here. This is Arnaud. How are you?
Fine, thanks.
So this guy works in R&D. What's the ski you're holding here? Because this takes it like another step, yeah?
This ski is one of the 23 collection. It's called Addikt Pro. It's a new kind of piste skiing inspired from the slalom side cut that brings a lot of fun.
What have you done here that takes this like MTN eco design, I guess we could say?
We learned a lot from the life cycle analysis that we made on MTN, and then we implemented some changes on the energy that we needed to make a ski, and we tend to reduce it but by almost half. And on the material side, which is the biggest impact, we took some elements like the top sheet, and it's becoming the new standard in our factory. And we have worked on a specific point, which is here, which is very visible. It's the sidewalls.
On the sidewall, so people can see the bright colors. So what is this material? What makes it different than things you've done before?
This material is not coming from virgin oil-based plastics. It's coming, in fact, from the waste of our own production. When we produce a sidewall for a ski, we produce around 40 to 50% of waste that goes to the bin, that are incinerated, that we pay for incineration. That's no longer the case on this one, because this ski is made of the chips that should have gone to the bin. This sidewalls is made of this plate, and this plate is made
from this stuff.
Of these chips.
And this was waste from skis you were making?
Yes, I can show you the machine.
All right, let's
and the chips. This is a sidewall milling machine. So what comes in this way is ABS plastic plates, and what comes out of this side is the finished sidewalls. So we reduce the height of the sidewalls from here to here.
Okay.
So the difference in between this and this is pure waste.
Right.
This is what you have under your feet.
Oh, the waste comes out here on the floor.
Yes,
okay.
this is where we get our material for the new Addikt ski.
So you're sweeping up all of this stuff. This stuff here becomes that.
This is fine enough to be recompressed into a new plate, into a new ski, etc. So we don't see any difference on the lab afterwards. This first test was made 2 years ago here in the ANSI workshop. Then we have implemented it in the factory, and here we are doing mass production out of it right now. With black material, with orange material, whatever comes out of production. Sometimes the ski will have black sidewalls, sometimes orange, sometimes yellow. We don't master anything on that. The beauty of this company and these teams, it's we are ready to test crazy things and able to transform it in our factories afterward.
All right, and you're working on more stuff you can't tell us about, probably?
Of course.
I'll come back and ask you later.
Yes.
Cheers, thank you.
See you next year.
Appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed that tour around our winter sports department. If you have any questions or comments, just type them below and we'll try to answer them. And I hope you're getting out on your skis this weekend, wherever you are. Speaking of which, time to pick up my skis. Has anyone seen my skis? They're blue. I got a big S on them, say Salomon in white. I left them here yesterday.